So what's your name? Who are you?
My name is Kelly Kushner, and this is Dave Kushner, my dad. And we are the owners of the Kushner Agency, as you can see in the back there. And we wanted to make this video just to kind of give a company overview, a corporate overview, explain what we're all about, what we do, how we do it, and hopefully answer a lot of questions that you might have at this point prior to applying to work with us or after applying to work with us. So we'll jump right in. You want to talk about when you started?
Oh boy, I started 2016 or 1900. That'd have been a long time ago. 6 years ago, 2016. I had a small company, franchise for 25 years, a traditional business, brick and mortar. Got my insurance license at 50 years old, and I was lucky enough to have a good friend of mine in Symmetry that was doing quite well and encouraged me to get my insurance license. So 6 years, and just put my head down and made it happen.
Awesome. And I came on board in 2019, so a few years after you did. And I am a kitchen and bath designer, so I did not know anything about insurance. And the main reason I joined is for the additional income and for the flexibility and being able to kind of create your own schedule and work as much or as little as you want, and still be able to pay your bills. So.
And the reason I joined, I wanted to own my own business. I did not want to have a boss. I wanted to just lead my own company like I did prior. And in the insurance industry, we get a chance to do that. And I wanted flexibility and freedom. I wanted to work as much as I would like to work each week. If I wanted to take a week off, I can take a week off. I had that freedom. And so Symmetry checked off all of the boxes that I wanted in a new career for myself. So.
Yeah. All right. So what is it that we do? We are licensed insurance agents, so we all have our health and life insurance license. And you get your license with your state. So whatever state you live in, they have a Department of Insurance, and there's a process in which you go about getting your license. Pretty simple. I think it took me a couple months to get my license. You take an online course, which is pretty inexpensive. You have to complete the course to be able to take the state exam. The goal is to pass with at least a 70% in pretty much all of the states. And then if you do that, you can apply for your license and start. You would get contracted with several insurance carriers. So we work with some of the best insurance carriers in the industry, A-rated, been around a really, really long time. Companies like Mutual of Omaha.
Yeah, John Hancock, Gerber, Transamerica, Mutual of Omaha, top companies.
Yeah. So when you're licensed and you get contracted through us with these insurance carriers, you have the ability to sell life and health insurance products, and then there's also some wealth products is what we would call them. Primarily we focus on mortgage protection. So when you're brand new, that's initially what you're going to get trained to do is sell mortgage protection. But we also do general life insurance sales, term, universal, whole life. We kind of dip our toe in the water with some health products, disability, critical illness, accidental death, those types of products. And then in the wealth category, we're focusing on index universal life, debt-free life. There's several under that bucket, but that's kind of the advanced markets.
Yeah, retirement planning, money management. If you Google what industry creates the most millionaires, if you take a minute to Google that, what will pop up is called the financial industries, and that's the lane that you'd be driving through. Life insurance is where we begin, and then we get into other financial retirement products as well. So it's an exciting career.
Yeah, and I would imagine for someone who's not in the industry, it would be incredibly intimidating to hear us list off all of these products. I know actually it was really intimidating for me because, again, my background it had nothing to do with insurance or retirement solutions or anything financial. But the good news is that when you're partnered with Symmetry and you're a part of our agency, you have access to all of the training that you need to learn the skills that are required to be able to sell these products and to be able to understand the product knowledge that's necessary and to learn about each carrier. And we have one of the best training programs out there in the industry, and that's why we've been able to grow so much as a company over the years.
And you have a team. So if I'm working with a family and they need a financial services product and I'm not ready for that, I'm not educated in that side of the business, I'll let the family know that I have a team that I will connect them with, that will help them with their 401k or their retirement planning. And my job would be to connect the two and then sit back and let the experts help them. So we have a wonderful team, and that's one of the things that I was most excited about in Symmetry was that I own my own business. I'm in business for myself, but I'm not by myself. This great organization's behind me 100%.
Yeah. So you're on a team. You have one-on-one mentorship. So you get to work alongside someone who's already been in the industry longer than you. They've sold tons of policies. They can really kind of shepherd you through the process of onboarding and training, and then also help you when you're face to face with these families, with these clients, and really get you where you need to be able to be self-sufficient and earning an income on your own. But in the beginning, it's going to take a lot of coaching and mentorship. And we have daily meetings, daily huddle ups, weekly meetings. We have a few times a year that we have an opportunity to get together in person and train. So there's lots of opportunities to get better in this business, and I think that you're probably always learning. I mean, you're several years in, and there's new products all the time to learn about, and so we're kind of always in that phase of learning and growing together as a team. So you have everything you need to be able to learn what's required to sell. So we talked about getting your license in order to work with us in our agency. Very similar to like real estate in that regard. If you want to sell homes, you have to be licensed by the state. You have to go through a process for that, and it costs money. And so when you get your license, it's going to cost money. The cost will vary state by state. There's going to be a fee for the online course, for the state exam, and then for your actual application with your state. And so that is something you have to consider going into this career. Obviously, it doesn't compare to the cost of needing to get an education like you do in some industries. So the startup costs, if you look at it that way, are really, really low. But the other aspect of this business that you have to really consider and is really important to understand fully is how you find your clients. There's so many different companies in this industry, and every company might go about, lead generation a little bit differently. I know there are tons of companies out there where you would join, you would get your license, and you would come on board, and they would tell you that the only way that you can sell a policy and earn a living is by reaching out to family and friends and kind of going out and getting referrals, and it's kind of all on you to find that next person that you could sell to. And I know that I did not want a career like that. I didn't want to be the family member at Thanksgiving that was always asking people whether or not they needed insurance. That was just not the reputation that I was willing to take on in my family or in my inner circle. There's some companies that will tell you that they have free leads. Like they'll just hand you a book of business in some way. Like you come on board, you get your license, and I'll just give you a bunch of people to call. That might sound really great on the surface, but you learn pretty quickly that is a giant red flag because nothing's free. It obviously costs something to generate those leads, and the reason why they're not charging you for that database or for that book of business is because it's probably been worked over and over and over and over again by so many agents for so many years.
They wouldn't give quality leads for free to someone who just got licensed,
Right.
that doesn't understand how to answer questions or help the person in the beginning. So, like you said, there's nothing for free. It'd be more like a telemarketing activity.
Yeah.
And so we're lucky that we have a leads program.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about
Yeah,
the leads program?
definitely. So that's kind of how some companies might approach lead generation. With our company in particular, we're very lucky that we have in-house lead generation, meaning there's an entire corporate staff team dedicated to generating fresh leads every single day in various ways. So we might generate leads by sending out direct mail marketing and having people respond back in handwriting, or by calling a number and request options for either life insurance or mortgage protection. We also have a ton of digital lead generation happening nowadays. You know, if you scroll on TikTok or you're on YouTube or on social media, an ad pops up for our financial products, and you can fill out a form and become a lead. So Symmetry invests, they have this staff team, and they invest a ton of money every single year into generating leads that we as agents, 1099 contracted independent agents, have the ability and the permission to purchase from them. And I want to be really clear about this, because I think one of the first things that might pop into people's head is like, oh, this is a lead generation company and they're just looking to make money by selling leads. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. Could we make money? Could Symmetry make money by selling leads? Absolutely. We've done it for so many years since the company was born, and the leads are such great quality that they could if they wanted to. But that's not what this company is all about. That's not what we want to be about. We don't want to be a lead generation company. We want to be good at it, of course, because we want our agents to be successful. But the founders of Symmetry have a subsidized lead program where what they pay to generate leads is not what they're asking us to pay for the leads. So they actually are losing money when it comes to investing in lead generation and selling those leads to agents in the company. Where we make back that money, where they make back that money, is when a policy is sold. So they put so much faith into the training system, the support system that we have, the resources that are available in our company to make agents really successful and really profitable. They're willing to lose out, you know, on that initial investment for lead generation, knowing that when we get into a rhythm and we sell policies, the entire company wins and we're able to grow, and you're able to pay your bills and be successful, and the company is able to grow and be successful. So this lead generation program is so unique to Symmetry, has worked, you know, for many, many years. We've been able to work these leads that have been generated for so long that we know what results we can expect from them. There are predictable results from these leads. We know if you buy X amount of this type of lead, this is your projected result, based on, you know, the levels of activity that you have to put in and how hard you have to work to resolve that lead inventory. There's a predictable income lying at the other end of that purchase. You know, we feel really confident that you can find a return on that investment because of how many years have gone into this lead generation system and how much data we've been able to accumulate over the years. So purchasing leads is not required, but I don't know the exact percentage, but I would imagine that close to all of the agents in our business that are selling consistently and that are, you know, as profitable as they are, they're investing in leads, and they are utilizing the lead system that Symmetry has come up with and has created.
All right. Yeah. The only difference, if I were to give you a stack of leads and call a stack of leads myself, the only difference is how well I communicate with the family and educate them, my people skills, my work ethic calling through those leads. My results will likely be better than your results in the beginning, because I've gone through that learning curve where you're brand new, you need to learn the basics and the fundamentals. but after a month, 2 months, 3 months of learning the system, your results can equal my results. And so that's the only differential, I guess, is the human being that's working the leads.
Yeah, yeah. So far we know that you have to be licensed to work in this industry. Once you're licensed, you get contracted with some of the best carriers out there. When you're contracted with those carriers, that next step is to invest in some form of marketing, whether you want to trust in our lead generation system that Symmetry came up with many years ago, or whether you generate leads somehow on your own is up to you. We obviously have our recommendations for that. But that's that next step. You have to have people to help. If you don't have people to help, people to, help with policies, you're not going to make money. That's how you make money, is by writing applications with these carriers, getting them approved, and that's when you get paid. So let's do a deeper dive on how you get paid and how it is all structured. I'm gonna put up on the screen what we call our promotion guidelines, so that you can see that there are different levels of commission. We call them our promotion levels or our contracting levels. All new agents start at an 80% contract level currently, and you have an opportunity to move up in contract level every couple of months based on the amount of business you submit and get approved by the insurance carriers. But that percentage, that 80%, that's what's going to determine the amount of commission you earn when you sell a policy. One thing you need to know is annual premium volume, APV. That is a key number to our business, and that means what your client agrees to pay every single month for their policy. Let's say it's $85 a month. They agree to that $85 a month for their plan that they selected with you. If you take that $85 a month and you multiply it by 12,
it's a little over $1,000. Grab a pen and a piece of paper.
He doesn't know the exact number.
Grab a calculator. Yeah, 1,050 is like the average national annual
Not
premium.
the best at math, but he can sell a couple policies.
Yeah, we can do the math, but that's the average, and then
but that's your annual premium volume. So your monthly premium times 12 months in a year is your annual premium volume, and that number, so that APV, that's what you look at when you calculate your commission percentages with each carrier.
Yeah.
And it varies. So it's going to vary carrier by carrier, product by product, and we will get into the weeds with you if you decide to come on board. But just know that APV, so that's going to tell us how many policies you wrote, and we'll be able to go from there to determine what your commission is going to be at the end of the day. So the more policies you write, the more income you're going to earn. And the way that the carriers go about processing policies is we write them electronically. So on our phones, on an iPad, on a computer primarily, you can write an electronic application with your client. And once it goes through, if it gets approved by the carrier, so the underwriter has to take a look at it and make sure that it's good to go. If it gets approved, you will get paid through a direct deposit from the carrier. Sometimes that next day, sometimes within 48 hours. It kind of depends on what carrier you work with, but most of them are like instant issue, instant pay type carriers. So you earn an income pretty quickly.
Right. You're going to get deposits. So probably after 3 or 4 months doing this, I would get a deposit almost every day from different carriers. One day I might get a deposit from Mutual of Omaha, then the next day from Transamerica or Gerber. And then as you get cooking, you'll have multiple deposits in a day, and 10 or 20 deposits in a week. So it's a pretty amazing industry, and but the insurance carriers are super quick, to make sure that we're able to get our funds.
Yeah, and I'll throw the promotion guidelines back up because I want you to see that these numbers that you have to issue or commit to earn your next raise, that is APV. So when you see that to get from 80 to 85, you need $2,500 worth of APV, that means if you have $2,500 worth of annual premium volume approved by the insurance carrier for 2 consecutive months, so you do it 1 month, you do it a second month, you earn your raise to an 85% commission level. So Symmetry sends out a notification to all of your insurance carriers that you're contracted with, and you get an additional percentage increase on all of the policies that you write. So a lot of agents will earn their raises, back to back once they come on board, because that is not a lot of business. Writing 3 policies in 1 month and getting it approved is not a lot of work. A lot of people do that in 1 day and, for sure in 1 week. And so to do it in 1 month is extremely doable. And so we want to see agents win here. We want them to be able to earn their promotion increases, especially in the beginning, increase your profitability, and win.
My story, when I had first started at 80% contract level in October of 2016. Within 12 months, I went from 80% to 105% contract level. So every 2 months, I earned a 5% pay raise. So again, we'll have it on the screen to show you exactly what it takes in order to do that. But agents throughout the country are able to make that happen within their first 12 months.
Yep. All right. A little sippy sip.
A McCafe.
Is it black or is it?
It's black with a little sugar.
A little sugar. I like my coffee with mostly cream and sugar.
Little Splenda, mine too.
With like a little splash of coffee.
Yeah, I like 3 or 4 creams and sugar, and now I'm getting older, so it's like the fake sugar. Yep. So gotta watch
the LVs.
I've got a refrigerator. I've got a 6-pack inside of the refrigerator. So I've got to eat fake sugar.
One thing you'll get a lot of are dad jokes constantly, 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's kind of give an example of what this might look like, how your commission might play out depending on how much business you submit each month and get approved by the carrier. All of this depends on you as an individual and how much work you're willing to put in, how many hours you're willing to put in, how many appointments you set, how many resources you have, so leads. It's all gonna really depend on you as an individual. And so I hope that doesn't scare you away, but I hope you're really thinking about whether or not this is the right fit for you, because it's not the right fit for everybody. You really have to have a high work ethic, tons of motivation, self-motivation, because you're not going to have a boss handing you a work schedule, telling you when to show up, when you have time off, pushing you, making sure you reach your goals. I mean, we do a lot of that. We support our agents as much as we can and help them shape their goals, but we are not gonna, stay on top of people and make sure that they're working each day. We don't have the time for that. It's not the culture of Symmetry, of our agency, and so you really have to know that your income is fully dependent on you as a person and what you put into the business.
Right. You're self-employed. 80% of self-employed individuals eventually quit and fail. 20% win. So that work ethic, that dedication to your business, if you were to open up a franchise down the street, you're going to have to show up in the morning, and sometimes there's late nights. And so in order for you to be that 20%, you're going to have to treat this like a business and let it get in your blood and work your tail off, especially for that first year, in order for you to gain the knowledge and skills necessary. But yeah, so this isn't for the person that's looking for a part-time committed thing. This is somebody that's looking to change their lives.
Mm-hmm. So what does this look like? Give an example of how much business you might submit. Let's say you are coming on board part-time and you put in about 15, 20 hours per week, and each month you write about 6 policies. So because the average APV per policy is 1,000, 6 times 1,000 means that for the month you did about 6,000 worth of annual premium volume. Let's say you're at your 80% commission level, okay? So, do you have your phone? I'm going to need a calculator.
There we go.
Really not good with math.
Yeah.
Scroll through your pages and pages of apps.
Yeah. Where's my calculator?
There we go. Sorry.
Found it.
All right. So 6,000 worth of annual premium volume issued by the carrier, right? An 80% commission on that business would be $4,800. Now, the client that you help only pays 1 month of their premium, so they don't pay the full year up front. However, the insurance carrier is willing to advance you 75% of the commission they owe you right up front. So 75% of $4,800 is $3,600 in your pocket as that part-time agent, writing and issuing those 6 policies on average. I mean, obviously those numbers can't be exact. It's just an example, so that you can kind of get an idea of what type of income you're looking at. Whenever you have a 100% performance-based pay or commission-only pay type work, the commissions are going to be much higher than if you were to go and get a job, a W-2 type job, a 9 to 5, working for an insurance company where they pay you a base salary and a little bit of commission sprinkled on top. You're going to be earning a lot less at the end of the year than you would if you were 100% commission, where that insurance carrier is just compensating you for that work that you put in.
All right. So the 80% contract level, they advance you that 75% up front. The other 25% they hold back, and they pay you on month 10, 11, and 12. So you're going to get compensated on the full commissions, but they hold back the last 3 months to make sure that client's still paying during those last few months.
Yeah, and let's say the client isn't. So let's say that your client decides to cancel their policy because they can't afford it. Something happened in their personal life, and unfortunately they had to call and cancel. That would mean that the insurance carrier is going to initiate a chargeback process on the commission that you earned, depending on when the client canceled. If they canceled right away, they're going to charge back whatever commission you had earned on that policy. If the client cancels 5, 6, 7 months into the policy, you're only going to be charged on whatever months are left over in the year, for the commission that you had earned. A chargeback does not mean that they're going to go into your bank account and take all your money away. It just means that the next time you write a policy with that insurance carrier, the new commission earned is going to be applied to the balance owed. So something to know about is, we get that question a lot of what happens if somebody cancels? It's normal. It happens in every industry, in every sales job. You're going to have sales that go backwards, and there's going to be financial consequences for that. That's what it means to own a business. And it's not always sunshine and rainbows, but you will survive as long as you're continuing to write new business. It's not a big deal, and it shouldn't be something that, flips you upside down and ruins your day or ruins your week. You just have to stay focused and move on.
Yep.
What else? As a full-time agent, you can probably do the math, however many policies you would submit as a full-time agent at an 80% contract level just means that you're making more money. If you're putting in more time and you're selling more policies, you're making more money. The good thing is there's no cap to how many policies you can sell and how much you can earn each month. I know your best month.
My best month was a little over $75,000 in a month.
Of APV.
Of APV. My first year, my W-2s were, or my 1099s were $164,000. So I was paid $164,000 by the carriers, and then I had to back out my lead costs because all of those policies that I wrote were all from leads that Symmetry created. I spent on average about $500 per week that first year on leads. So that was a little bit less than $20,000. It was less than $20,000 on leads. So if I take that $164,000 of income less, let's round it to $20,000 of lead costs, I still netted $144,000 my first year after lead expenses.
Yeah. He is an elite producer. He would never say this openly himself in a video. But he's well known within the company for being one of the top sales producers in the company, and that makes him an incredible trainer and obviously a really valuable asset for our agency and for anyone who joins our agency. He has written tons of business, over $2 million worth of annual premium volume, and not a lot of people can say that.
Yeah. In 5 years. And the important thing is that it was all from Symmetry leads. So there would be no way that I could perform in sales without the leads that Symmetry creates. These are leads that have a degree of intent. They want to talk to me about life insurance, or they want to talk to me about mortgage protection insurance. There's an intent there. So they are reaching out. I'm licensed by the state to follow up with them and help them protect their family. So it's a pretty fun job. It's just a matter of the activity. It's the number of purchasing leads. That's my fuel. The more leads that I have, the more families I'm going to talk to, the more appointments I'm going to set, the more policies I'm going to write, the more income I have. So I'm really purchasing my income. If I want to earn 150 or 200,000 per year, I have to have enough inventory, enough leads in order for that to happen. If I want this to be a part-time job and I want to earn 30, 40, 50,000 per year, well, then I don't have to buy as many leads. It's going to be very easy for me to make that type of an income. But it's all about the leads, and that's why it's one of the reasons I chose Symmetry, because the most difficult part about finding your next customer is, how do you do that? Cold calling, talking to friends and family, door knocking. I didn't want to do all of those. So the leads program is certainly the secret recipe in Symmetry Financial Group.
Yeah, awesome. All right. I think that really wraps up how we personally can produce and earn an income. But one thing that we definitely want to hit on is how you can earn an income by building an agency at Symmetry, which is obviously what we did, the Kushner Agency. And so want to kind of touch on that a little bit, because most people would probably agree that you wouldn't see yourself selling life insurance and mortgage protection for the rest of your life. Some do, and some, want to, and that's great. But a lot of us don't want to be in that place forever. And there is an opportunity with Symmetry to build an agency and to earn an income, not on business that you personally write, but on the health of your agency and how well your agents that you brought on and that you hired are doing. So how this works is, as you earn commission increases, let's say you go from that 80% to 90%. As you earn those commission increases, if you hire somebody to be, somebody that you mentor, to be on your team, within your agency, the carrier is going to compensate you on any business that they write, because you helped them write it, you trained them, you brought them, you brought them under your wing. They're going to compensate you whatever the difference between your commission level is and their commission level. So they're earning what they are, what commission level they have, and then you're earning the spread. So if you're at 90 and they're at 80, that's a 10% spread that you're going to earn on any business that they wrote, that carrier is going to compensate you for, because not only did you train someone in the industry to be successful and to make a living, but you trained them on that carrier's products. You brought them into that carrier's network of agents. And so they want to reward us for doing that and you for doing that. So you can build an agency pretty quickly. It took me 13 months to become an agency owner. When you hit that agency owner level and you bring on enough people to earn that title, it's around $50,000 a year worth of additional income that you're getting from the insurance carriers, because you built that team. So it took me about 13 months to become an agency owner.
Took me exactly 1 month. I did it 1 month before she did.
It
12
didn't.
months.
12 months.
Yeah, 12 months.
He will never let me live that down.
And she's pretty humble as well. She was the youngest agency owner in Symmetry Financial Group at 21 21 years old?
22.
22 years old.
I think it was 22.
And so you are never too young to become an owner of your own business. I'm very proud of her that she decided to not work in a cubicle designing kitchens for a kitchen business, that she chose to work from home and own her own business and grab that opportunity. And so I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome.
But that is an interesting story. I think when I joined the business, I obviously knew that you were successful at it, and you had a lifetime of sales experience, and so I wasn't surprised. But I needed to replace an income of about $3,000 a month. Not a lot of income that I needed to pay my bills and be happy. And when I think my first couple weeks, my first 2 weeks I didn't make any money because I didn't really give it a lot of time and effort. To be honest, I only set a couple of appointments here and there. But I think 2 weeks in, I sold 6 policies back to back, which was really cool. This was pre-COVID, so now we do it on our computer 100% virtually. Before COVID, we used to go out to people's homes, so I was out at people's homes, and all 6 of those policies in that week were issued by the carrier, and I earned around it was like $3,500, we'll say, worth of commission income in just that 1 week. And I was used to earning less than that in an entire month of 40 hours a week, sitting in a cubicle 8 hours a day. And that really blew my mind and definitely opened my mind to this world that I didn't even know existed. And was super inspiring for me, moving forward, to know that if I'm willing to put in the work and develop myself, that I could earn a lot more than anyone would be willing to pay me. So anyway, we're getting off track.
Yeah, but just to sum it up, there's 2 ways to make a living in the insurance world. The first way is personal production, for you to help families. The second way would be for you to help other people enter the industry, plug them into the Symmetry system. There are thousands of us that are successful throughout the United States making this happen and helping families, and you plug them in and you earn an income off of their activities, kind of like real estate. In the real estate industry, 2 ways to make a living. You can be a real estate agent. You can make a commission when you close on a property. Or number 2, you can own your own real estate agency. You can hire real estate agents, teach them how to sell homes, and when they do, you as the owner earn a percentage of each house that's sold. And so we can call that passive income. We call it active income. We're still helping the agents, but that's just a wonderful thing. We can grow our agencies as large as we'd like. And when I first started, I thought maybe real estate seemed a little exciting for some reason to sell real estate. But in real estate, you have to show houses. You have to go and show people properties. Usually weeknights.
You have to actually get dressed in a nice
I would have to wear a tie.
Wardrobe.
I would have to wear a tie. I
You'd
ain't
have
doing
to
that.
shave.
I'd have to put shoes on.
Shower?
I wear flip-flops.
Who wants to shower?
Yeah. But I don't want to give up my weekends. Someone calling me and saying, "Hey, Dave, I want to look at 5 houses on a Saturday, or I want to look at 5 houses on a Sunday," and I've got to tell my family that, hey, I can't go to the picnic or whatever the family might have planned, because the customers in real estate dictate your schedule as a real estate agent. In the insurance world, I control my schedule. I can set my appointments when I want to spend time working and spend time helping families. So if I don't want to work weekends, I don't work weekends. I don't set appointments. But so I went off on a tangent there.
No, that's good. That's good. We pretty much summarized the majority of our business. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but we talked about getting your license, getting contracted with the insurance carriers through our agency, the lead generation program that allows you to sell policies, and what your commission kind of looks like when you sell those policies. We talked about promotion guidelines, so how you can continuously earn more. We talked about how you can build an agency to earn additional income from the agents that you bring on board and train and connect with the insurance carriers. And so that sums it up. I mean, obviously, there's lots of details that this video would probably be like 1,000,000 hours long if we really told you every single aspect of the business. But I think that it's important to know that this is not an easy business. It's sometimes easy to watch a video like this and be like, oh, that's easy. I could do that. Yes, you can do it, but it is not easy. It's very simple. Mortgage protection, life insurance, very simple. The system that we have, the training that we have, very simple. But the hard part about it is the mental part. We always say that our business is like 80% mental, 20% skill. So you being stable mentally to be able to get on the phone and schedule appointments and to get rejected, to get hung up on, to get told no time after time, and to still be strong enough to pick up that phone or to meet with that next family. That's what's hard about this business, is being self-motivated, having the consistent work ethic that's required to earn an income, to be able to still invest in leads when last week didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. So those are the types of qualities that we're looking for in someone that we know you're going to be incredibly successful, and you'll have zero regrets about joining this business, because you're going to earn, like I said, so much more than anyone is willing to pay you if you possess those qualities, or if you can get yourself to a place where you learn those qualities.
Right. Winners win. So if you're a winner, if you have been a winner in your current industry or past industries, and you know what it takes to win and excel and be the top in the office or the top in the company, winners are going to win. If you're a winner, you're going to be a winner here. If you struggle becoming a winner, you're going to be able to develop yourself. We're going to be able to walk with you and help you become the person that you know that you can become. But it's going to take a lot of hard work and change in developing yourself. But I think that was a good way to end it there.
Cool. Awesome. And we're pretty cool to work with too.
Yeah,
we like to think.
I'm awesome. She's okay. But
But obviously, if you interview with one of us or one of our incredible agents on our team, they can answer any additional questions that you have about Symmetry, about our team specifically, so that you can feel comfortable about moving forward. But thanks for watching this entire video. We hope that it answered some of the questions that you have, and that it was helpful and gave you a good idea of what to expect in this type of position.
Thank you.
Bye.